Welcome to another VeChain update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So I'm seeing a lot of panic in the crypto market right now and I don't really understand it. I mean, we did need a fourth wave move down right here, at least on the Chainlink chart. And we kind of needed to cool off on some altcoin charts as well, so this correction is actually very healthy. As you can see, the support level is being respected. This looks like an ABC move down, and I don't know if it has bottomed. To confirm that we have bottomed, we need a 5-wave move up, of course. And let's say we get to the 50% extension right here. After we do that, we should form a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. And once we do that, I will be able to confirm that the 4th wave move is down. And I will also be able to confirm that the 5th wave move is in, and of course I'm expecting the 5th wave move to get above the 3rd wave high right here, so maybe somewhere between 8 to 10 cents would be a good target for the 5th wave, and that will complete a first wave of a very large 3rd wave move to the upside, and I'm expecting the 3rd wave right here to top somewhere between 23 cents and 55.9 cents. It all depends on how bullish VeChain will be. And I mean, this chart is still looking very good. We have cooled off on the daily RSI. We are no longer overbought. And I'm still watching for higher prices. But if the dump to the downside continues, then we have to keep in mind that we are not allowed to go below this high right here, which is at about 3 cents. That would invalidate the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. And I'm gonna have to reconsider the wave count after that. Also, if we get below this low right here, that would also put us below the bull market support band, and we don't really want to see that happen, especially not at this point of the cycle. So what you need to hope for right now is that VeChain manages to hold support levels. And like I said, this looks like an ABC move down, but maybe it's not complete. And also, this all depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin does not want to go up right now, which seems very unlikely because Bitcoin will still get to $120,000 by the end of the year in my opinion. But if for some reason Bitcoin goes down to like 90k right now to get a 4th wave move of this 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, then that's gonna be okay because I'm still expecting Bitcoin to be at least 120k by the end of the year, just based on what happened in the previous few cycles. I mean, in 2020, we also went down a lot in December. I believe we had a 10 to 20% correction and it happened in a matter of 2 days or so, and then we continued the pump to the upside. And we actually went up like 40% in December. And nobody was really expecting that. And in 2016, we did the exact same thing. Nobody was expecting Bitcoin to go up, and then all of a sudden, it went up like 30% in December, and I believe the same thing will happen again. Bitcoin will most likely go up. But keep in mind, if we do get a bigger correction right now, Bitcoin needs to stay above the bull market support band. That's actually very, very important, and obviously the bull market support band is currently at $77,000. So there's still a long way down from where we're at right now, but you know, if we somehow get to these levels, we need to stay above the bull market support band. This is very, very important. I also want to look at Bitcoin dominance. I know you don't really like Bitcoin dominance, but you know, I mean, I have to talk about it because it's important and it's actually going up right now, which is not surprising. Well, it is kind of surprising because I was actually expecting it to get rejected by the bull market support band. It did get rejected by it right here, but then we got above it. So we'll see what happens. There's a chance that we hit another cycle high on the Bitcoin dominance chart by the end of the year, just like we did in the previous cycle. I don't know if you can remember my old theory, but in the previous cycle, we went down in November, and then in December, we went up again and we formed a new cycle high, and then in January, we started going down. But keep in mind, here we did not have a cross on the bull market support band. For example, if you look at what's happening in this cycle, we just had a cross on the bull market support band, and the red line of the bull market support band went above the green line. And usually whenever that happens, 48 days after that happens, we get a big break to the downside, just like right here. I mean, as you can see, we got a cross on the bull market support band, the red line went above the green line, we tested the bull market support band multiple times, we even went above it a bit, we got rejected, and that was it. That confirmed that the altcoin season started. And the same thing happened in 2016 as well. If you look at this, the 2016 cycle is actually looking a lot more similar to this cycle than the 2020 cycle, because in 2016 we were also below the bull market support band. We had a cross on the bull market support band, we went up, we actually went up like 2% on the Bitcoin dominance chart during that time, and we got above the bull market support band, but then all of a sudden we got rejected, and that triggered this very big move to the downside, which was the first ever altcoin season. And what do you know, this also happened 48 days after we had the cross on the bull market support band. Right now, if you look at what's happening in this cycle, we had a cross on the bull market support band about a month ago, so if we want to copy what we did in 2016 and in 2020, Bitcoin dominance kind of has to get rejected by the bull market support band many times. And then at some point in January, we will finally start going down, and that will finally trigger the altcoin season that everyone has been waiting for about 2 years now. Now, going back to the VeChain charts, this is actually looking very healthy still, even though it went down quite a lot. I mean, I believe this correction was pretty deep. Let's actually check out how much it went down. So it went down about 42%. But that should not really surprise you. I mean, these corrections are actually very normal during a bull market, and these are only gonna get worse once we start going up like crazy. I mean, if you look at what happened in the previous cycle, VeChain had a crazy correction right here. We went from like 26 cents all the way down to like 4 cents in a matter of 12 days. And that was a 83% move to the downside. So yeah, expect this bull market to be even worse than that, because I'm expecting this altcoin season to be even bigger than the previous one. And yeah, if we get like 90% corrections in a matter of days, then do not be surprised. However, I'm not expecting a 90% drop right now. It would not really make that much sense, and I don't want to see that happen. Like I said, we need to stay above the 50% extension right here to stay bullish. The last chance to bounce would be the 0.618 extension. And if we do not bounce off of that, then I think it's over. I think the setup will get invalidated, and that would not be a good thing for VeChain. So you have to hope that we are not gonna do that. But if you look at the weekly chart, this is actually looking a lot better. We are not overbought on the RSI anymore. We have cooled off quite a lot, and this is actually very good because we did the exact same thing in the previous cycle as well. Here we went up a lot. Then we got a huge correction. It might not seem like a big correction, but here we actually went down from 3.5 cents to like 2.5 cents, which was a big correction during that time. And during that time, we also got to the overbought territory on the RSI. And when we got the correction, we cooled off. We were no longer overbought, just like we are right now. And look at what happened after that. The pump continues. So yeah, I'm not expecting the bull market to get cancelled or anything. I'm still expecting this to continue, and like I said, the third wave of this 1-2 setup is expected to get to about 23 cents, but keep in mind that's the minimum target, and judging by how high the first wave will go, I think it's likely that the third wave tops between the 2.272 extension and the 2618 extension rather than the 200% extension, but we'll see what happens with this. And yeah, I mean, things are obviously still looking bullish. At the end of the day, we have a 1-2 setup on the chart, and we are currently working on the third wave of this 1-2 setup. Now, don't expect the third wave right here to get done anytime soon. This will most likely take decades, and nobody knows if VeChain will actually be able to survive the next couple of bear markets, so don't get your hopes too high. But if we want to start the third wave right here, then in this cycle we need to form a 5-wave move to the upside, which are the 5 waves that we have on the chart right now. And these 5 waves will confirm that the first wave of the third wave up here is actually in. And the next bear market will most likely be a very big ABC structure, which will be the second wave move down. And then in the next bull market, if VeChain manages to survive the next bear market, then the 2029 bull market could be a third wave of a third wave, which could be extremely impulsive. But like I said, it's not guaranteed that we will actually do that. Now, I also want to look at the monthly RSI because this is also important. As you can see on the monthly, we are nowhere near close to being overbought, which is actually extremely good, because if we want to get to like, let's say $1 by the end of the cycle in the fifth wave right here, then VeChain is not really allowed to be overbought when it's at like 5 cents. So the fact that we are not overbought on the monthly and we went to like 8 cents up here is actually very, very good. I mean, as you can see in the previous cycle, when we got to the overbought territory on the monthly, the price was at like 5.9 cents. Right now we are pretty much at the exact same price and we are not overbought on the RSI, which is actually a very good sign in my opinion. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with Bitcoin. At the end of the day, nothing has really changed. I mean, Bitcoin still got to $100,000 by the end of 2024, which has always been my prediction, but keep in mind, I'm still expecting it to go higher just because it's Bitcoin. And if you look at the monthly RSI, I mean, this looks like a joke. It does not really look like a top. And I don't really understand why people are saying that Bitcoin will top at like $155,000 or so. That would not make that much sense, at least judging this by what happened in the previous 2 cycles. That would be the worst case scenario in my opinion. My minimum target, my bare minimum target is the 2618 extension, and that's still at $190,000. But that would still be very bad in my opinion. If we don't want to underperform in this cycle, Bitcoin has to get to at least $255,000 by the end of the cycle. And I think that's possible, at least judging this by the monthly RSI. I mean, this looks like a joke when you compare it to what happened here and what happened here. So yeah, and also if you look at the 4-hour chart on the Bitcoin chart, yes, it's going down, but I mean, this does not really look like a big drop. And I actually have a meme for this. Let me put it on the chart. So this is the meme that I am talking about. Everybody is complaining that Bitcoin is going down, even though, I mean, what we have to do is just zoom out, and as you can see, my meme looks exactly like the chart right now, and yeah, everybody's panicking that Bitcoin is going down, even though Bitcoin went up like 2x in the past 2 months or so. So yeah, no reason to panic right now. You just have to sit back and look at the charts, and let me get rid of the meme now. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.